So, a bright African good afternoon to you. We are still celebrating Black History Month, and today we are into our GloBUNTU book launch journey that started on Thursday this week. So, today it's a very special day, and my name is Ankweta Beatrice Achaleke. I am the serial author of the Africa for Smart Kids book series and publisher of GloBUNTU Books. Today is a very special day. It's a day before Valentine. And I am about to introduce you to my very, very, very special Valentines. There are 6 of them. They are GloBUNTU award-winning young authors. They are in conversation today with our special guest all the way from Canada, my sister friend Elikia Dumbe. And there's so much that this kid have in store for you. Without any further ado, I want to take you backstage, not stage. I want to take you into the studio and introduce you to our host, all the way from Canada, who will take it away from me and then introduce you to our young authors and then lead the conversation. So, Elikia, good morning in Canada. It's evening in South Africa. Good morning to you.
Good morning, good evening to you. Good evening to you. It's so amazing to have this technology which allows us to bridge all the barriers and borders and time of the day.
Yes, even though it sometimes misbehaves, sometimes it may be coming in and out. So we kindly ask you to bear with us if that happens. So Elikia is a very good friend of mine for long date, a sister friend. She's a partner in all possibilities and opportunities. And she runs her own TV show. She's been a journalist. She's a community activist. She's an auntie. She just wears many hats, and she runs a program on YouTube and different channels. She'll present them to you. And she's a very busy woman, and I'm so happy that she took time off to celebrate our award-winning young authors with us today, all the way from Canada. So Elikia, I know you can do a better introduction of yourself, sister. Take it away, and then and let us meet our young authors.
Thank you so much, Sister Nkweta, for this introduction. I'll be quick because today is not about me. So I'll be quick in my introduction of myself, my presentation of myself. So I'm a proud African auntie of many nieces and nephews. I would even say grand auntie of many nieces and nephews. I used to be a journalist. Then I went to the community world where I worked for in the violence against women field for many, many years. And then I'm back into journalism. I have my own company, which is called Upendo, which means in Swahili, love. And as a coincidence, it also means up and do. So get up and do things. And this company produces the TV show that I'm producing, which is called Connection 360, and which is streamed on Facebook, YouTube, and is on the Go Live application. And it's also on the Roku box, which is like a Netflix application. So that's it about me. Did I say I'm a proud African? Yes, I did. So that's it about me. So now I'm so privileged to be the host of this event today, to be facilitating the conversation with our brave, smart youth all the way in South Africa. I'm very privileged about that. I know I will learn a lot. I want to congratulate them, and congratulations are indeed in order because you are young authors, and you are not any authors, but you are award-winning authors. So kudos to you. That tells me you have discipline, you have structure, you are deep as you take time to observe and reflect on your environment and on issues pertaining to your environment. You know how to set goals, how to reach those goals. That is why I believe congratulations are in order. You are an inspiration to everybody, not only to the youth, but to the adults like me, like myself. I haven't written any books. So I'm happy to be part of this launch today because I know I will learn a lot from you guys today. So thank you for being here. And I will pass now the floor to each of you to introduce themselves. So let's go. On my screen, I have Chimangadzo. and she can introduce herself, tell us about her book, her age, and the title of her book. Okay, Chimangazu, you can go ahead.
Hi, I'm Chimangadzo. I'm 17. My book is called Homeschooling, What the Heck is That? And like the title, it's about homeschooling.
Great, thank you. Next, I don't have all the screen, so I will call up the name. I will ask for Nana to come up.
Hello.
Hi.
My name is Nalezi, and the title of my book is Nana's Kitchen Adventures. It is a storybook about that is filled with loads of stories all around kitchen and cooking.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And next to you is Ali. Let's go to Ali.
Hi, my name's Ali. The year before last year, I wrote a book. It is called Not Being Authentic Can Be Costly, and the book talks about topics that include like financial struggles and self-esteem issues that can reveal themselves through financial problems. So thank
Great.
you.
I bet you guys are sisters, right?
Yes, we
Are you
are.
sisters?
And here's my
Oh,
book.
okay. So this runs in the family. So Ali, how old are you? And Nana, how old are you?
I currently am 12 years old, and I am 14.
14. Great. So let's go to Pai. Is Pai around? She seems to be frozen. So you can unmute yourself if you can hear me. And if your internet is acting up, we can go to Sepang.
Sepang network is not good as well. The two of them are in the same network. So please move
let's
on
go
to
Teho.
Hello, everyone. I
Hi.
am Teho Shikwane, 15 years old and the very first GloBUNTU award-winning young author. I'm the author of the book Reamogetse of Murleng. Subtopic is how I successfully dealt with the loss of my brother, way challenges and bullying at school. The book what I gotta say the book is that the whole idea of the kids storybook is it promotes families to work through pain without leaving anyone behind.
Whoa, I cannot let you go. You said you're the first award winner. I want to see that award. I want to make sure you have it with you. Yes. Can I see it? Oh my goodness, this is just amazing. I wish I could touch it. I wish it could. For this topic that you're bringing in our word. Oh, is my internet acting up now?
We hear you, Elikia.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay, I'm back. Was I off?
Yes, we can hear you. No,
okay.
You were not off. Please
okay.
Carry on.
Okay, so Teho, thank you for this topic you brought up. I know that it took you a lot to write about that. We'll get back to you to figure out how was the process for you writing about those issues. So is Tsepang back, or who did I miss? Mpai?
The two of them are not back, Elikia. While we are there is something that I would like to do before I hand the mic over to you again. Mm-hmm. So we do have people who are joining us on Facebook, on social media. And in my kind of excitement, I forgot to mention that we are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn, and you all are invited to join the conversation. These are incredible young authors, so you can ask them questions. You can, share, celebrate them. It's the month of love, right? So let's do it. And so they are here. Take the space to ask all the questions that you have. If you have challenges writing books, use the space and talk to them. So let me acknowledge people who are already on Facebook. This is, oh wow, this is beautiful. Girls, award winners, you're being celebrated. So Grace is online. We are behind you, our trailblazers. This is a proud mom of award winners and an author herself. So it runs in their family. When you join the GloBUNTU Books family, kids write, mothers write. So this is from our brother from Vienna. So this is very international. Afri Oral Text Bookstore in Vienna, Austria is connected. Welcome, Daniel. We see you. Please, young authors, we are waiting for your books on our shelves. Congratulations. Daniel, I'll definitely get in touch with you. Thank you so much for that. You were the first person to take GloBUNTU Books from South Africa to Austria, so I acknowledge you. We have Bukeka, our co-author for the what is it called? Letters to. We launched her yesterday. Thank you, Bukeka, for coming to support our kids. And of course, another co-author and mom, the mom of 3 award-winning GloBUNTU young authors. Stembile, my sister, I see you. Thank you so much. Bukeka, you ladies, you just rock. Please keep up, keep coming. Use the space. I'm excited, and for once, I'm not doing the conversation, so I'm going to pass it over again to Elikia. It is her space, and I will get back behind the line. Elikia, take your conversation and run away.
Okay, so let's start from the beginning. So excited about the comments, and really you are an inspiration, you young authors. So let's start from the beginning, and tell us about your first encounter with GloBUNTU Books. How did you get introduced to this big project, and how did it go around? So who wants to jump? And you can unmute yourself. It's about you today, so go ahead.
I got introduced from GloBUNTU authors by my parents. Yeah, they told us about them.
Mm-hmm. Who wants to add up to that?
Anyways.
Were you all introduced?
Yeah, so... Yeah. Hi, my name is Ali, and the way I got introduced to GloBUNTU was, as Chimangi said, by our parents, and they told us that we would write a book. It wasn't really much of a question, but I'm glad they did push us to write.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay,
our first encounter was quite intimidating, but worth it in the long run.
Okay.
Hi. Okay. Hi again.
Hi, Cheryl.
Being the first one, my mom and auntie were friends for a long time, and auntie mentioned this project that she wanted to start as a writers class for adults, and I think it was in 2016, and no, earlier than that. Yes, later than that, they met, and I was there, and me being me, I decided, no, I also want to be part of this, and here we are. That's how I got introduced to that. I decided I wanted to write a book.
Prior to that, had you read any of the GloBUNTU books, the Follow Me to the Smart Kids series? No.
No, I didn't know.
Okay, so when the idea was introduced to you, Cheho, you're saying that you just went along and you, as you are, you wanted to be part of it. But what about the others? Did you think that maybe I'm too young, I cannot take part of, I cannot write, writing is for grown-ups? What did you think? What went through your mind?
Honestly, I never really had any doubt in myself about writing because I've always loved writing. So in school, so there wasn't any doubt. I just said, I just want to be with this, and I know I can do it. So I did it. There wasn't doubt.
Mm-hmm. What about the others? Chimangado, your mic is muted, so you can unmute it.
Yeah. I don't have really anything to say.
Yeah. Okay. But were you intimidated, or?
Yes.
What you were intimidated, and you took the courage and you just jump in those waters. So I'm missing some people here, but we'll go ahead and continue this conversation. So let's get back to you, Cheryl. You say that your book was about going through pain. So how was this process of going through pain, of writing about the pains that you went through? Do you want to share about that? Do you want to, or I don't want to put you on the spot, but if you want to share, please feel free to do that.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Um. Since I was 11, it was hard for me. It was a very big poof, like a very big bomb dropped on me. Like, yeah, no, you lost to this person, and you they're not gonna come back, and that was very hard for me as an 11-year-old. And when I met Auntie, I've always I've always seen my mom use writing as a way to relieve pain and all of these things. So I used Auntie's project to my advantage and help, and decided the writing process was very short because it's short storybook. But those few hours I was writing, it was a very painful experience, like putting everything on paper. There were a few tears in there, but the writing process was very fairly short. And yeah,
Mhm. And how did you feel after you finished, when you said, okay, that's the end of the story or the stories? This is the end of the my writing. How did you feel? Did you feel? Tell us about how you felt.
it felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulders, and that's a lot saying if I was as an 11-year-old at the time. But it felt really great to know that others are going to read my stories, others who have went through every anything similar to what I was going through at the time, was going to read and see that they're not experiencing this on their own. And it's a very um, normal thing to experience, and you're not alone. And I felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulders. I actually felt relieved.
Like a healing. That's amazing. So this is something that you encourage other people to do, just to write their pain on the paper, and this can help them be relieved from the pain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What about the other? Thank you very much for sharing that, Cheryl. Thank you so much. What about the
Elikia,
yes?
Elikia, if you allowed me to jump in there, Cheho is
Mhm.
not just, she's not just written a book. She's on the way to becoming a serial author because I know she has manuscript that I haven't published, and she joined the Letters to series as one of the youngest contributors, and she's written letters that we just released yesterday, that we launched yesterday, and she has 3 other letters that we still have to publish within the next coming month. So this is what it takes, and I just want to acknowledge her for that. She's being a little bit very, very humble here. These girls, they're just incredible. They're incredible, and I hope that kind of they will take this space and and share. When I got them into the master classes, some of them really excel. It took two visits for Cheho to write her book overnight. It took 2 weeks for Ali, Chimangato, and Nalezi to come up with their first manuscript. 2 weeks in the master class, a couple of hours a day. And Pai followed Cherofato very quickly when Cheho came out with her book. And Tsepang, when Tsepang saw that her sister has published a book, she walked into me and said, Auntie, I want to become a publisher. And it took Tsepang 2 weeks to come up with her manuscript. So this is how fast these kids work. We do have a program that allows them to go, that takes them through to enable them, to empower them, to affirm them to be such fast writers and to have the confidence to be able to write the way they write and to write the things that they write and to go ahead and become award-winning young authors. And some of their books are being read in schools, so we shouldn't forget that. I want them to kind of speak out, girls. This is your space.
That's
Over to you.
amazing. That's amazing. I want someone to share with me the experience of going through the program. How was it? What did you learn? How did you build the confidence going through that program? Can someone share? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. And your sharing will encourage others to join and be able to do what you did.
Elikia, let me
Okay,
pick one.
hi, my name
I wanted to get to Mpai.
is Lee.
Mpai hasn't spoken, and Sepi, I think they're having difficulties with the network. Mpai, what was your process through writing your book when you joined the GloBUNTU Masterclass for Young Writers? Can you share with us, please?
It was actually kind of fun because I was there with my friends and my family, mostly my family. So we actually spent a lot of time together and we learned a lot of stuff. We created, we put our creativity and our efforts in building projects like our, our vision boards for when we turn 18.
Hello? Hello?
Elikia, I can hear you. Let's maybe take someone else's, like Mpai's network is out again.
Okay.
We're having challenges with networks today.
So let Chimangadzo share. How was the process for you? Hi.
The process for me was very difficult and it was very, very challenging for me, but it was a good challenge and I enjoyed the process of writing. And also there was help with the name affirmations and the visualizations that really helped.
What was the challenge about for you?
Coming up with a story to write and also getting the motivation to finish writing the book. Because at some point I didn't know what to write. Well, I knew what I was writing, but I didn't know how to progress the story from there.
What did the program give you? What kind of confidence did it build on you? You are muted.
It gave me the confidence that I could write a book like that, and that I could do it.
What did you learn about writing? Hello?
Yes.
What did you learn about writing?
I learned that anyone can do it and that it's fairly simple and that you need to write something that relates to you to make it easier. So for me, the book was about my sisters, basically. They inspired me to write the book. Well, my mom did inspire me to write the book, but they were the inspiration for the story.
So it was about homeschooling, is that correct?
Yes, home education.
Okay, so it was your own experience.
My sister's experience.
Your sister's
experience. Because I was still in formal schooling at the time, but now I'm homeschooled.
Okay. What about Tepang? Tepang, what was the process for you? What was it like?
It was very nice because I knew that what I did would actually inspire other people. So I wrote it and it took me 2 weeks. Some parts were hard, especially the computer part, because at that time I didn't really know how to use a computer. So yeah.
So I understand that you wrote about something you wrote about Princess of the DRC, right?
Yes, I did.
Are you from the DRC?
No.
So this took you a lot of research to do. How did you do that research? I guess.
Well, I asked Auntie Bitches to assist me with a lot of things because I never really knew anything about DRC. I just saw it at a map and I fell in love with it so much. I couldn't even pronounce it.
So tell me, what will be your next trip to an
Elikia,
African country?
Before you go, there is something that I need to say about Tepang. Tepi, when we start our GloBUNTU masterclasses, what we do is we go through across Africa. We learn about Africa. And I think one of the lessons that we do is, like someone mentioned, the vision board. It's like when you turn 18, what is it that you want to do? And some of them say, I'll travel. They mostly want to travel across out of Africa, New York, all those names. And so I say, okay, let's take a trip across Africa. And when we go through Africa, we visit all those countries. They know the names, they know the capital cities. And then the next question comes, if when you turn 18, what is it that you're going to do? And then the magic happens, because then they want to go visit African countries. All these other foreign countries don't show up. And Sepang picked the DRC. From the very moment that we did the activity, she picked the DRC. I don't know for whatever reason. And she said, when I write a book, it's going to be The Princess of the DRC. And that's how her book came about. 3 months down the line, Sepang was still fixed on the idea of the DRC. Mind you, this was a time when there was a lot of xenophobia happening in South Africa, that news about xenophobia. And a young girl like her, who has never been out of South Africa, picks up DRC and does her research and asks me a lot of questions to come up with a book titled The Princess of the DRC, was for me absolutely game-changing. I just wanted to add that about
this. Thank you for adding that. Thank you for adding that, because this takes creativity, this takes research, this takes curiosity, this takes so much, plus the writing.
It does.
Bravo to you. This is really, really amazing. Thank you for that. So the title on the flyer is of this launch, every Black child can and should write a book. Why do you think it's important to write a book? Yes, go ahead, Chimagans.
Basically, all people should write a book because it's writing down your legacy, and it's also therapeutic because then you can write down all your feelings or what you think about things, and everyone would like to hear what you think about things.
I love it. I love about being so young and already thinking of your legacy. Ooh, you're taking me to some places that I could not even imagine that at your age you will be taking me. So yes, sharing your legacy. Someone else wants to add? Yes, Cheryl.
I think like Chimangi said, it's therapeutic, and we all have a story to share. All of us have a story to share, and it could be good or bad, but writing helps, and therapeutic again is therapeutic. And you never know, someone else may be going through the same thing as you. There are billions of people on earth, and your story may encourage others to work through whatever they're going through, and may guide them through whatever they're going through. And also, it's important to leave something that you'll be remembered by. We have to be remembered at some point. Even we all want to be remembered, and what's not better than to have your book on a shelf in the library hundreds of years from now, someone reading is like, wow, someone actually went through the same thing I'm going through right now hundreds of years ago.
Thank you so much. So it's about our sisterhood or brotherhood in this humanity. It's about sharing, and you're also saying that everybody's stories matters. There is not a small story. All stories matters and need to be shared. This is a lesson to me, you know that? This is really a lesson to me. Thank you.
And Elikia, if you allowed me, I'd like to go on social media again. I'm in backstage watching what is happening. All the mothers are rallied, and all the GloBUNTU authors are rallied. And I just love this family. This is incredible. And before I go to bring the messages from social media, I want to say this kid, Cheho is 14 going to 15. Well, 15. Chimangi is 16. And they're talking about writing a legacy. Someone should read about us when we're gone. You know, Mandela said some people come to this world and they leave and they go without leaving a thing, not even their names. And these kids are already thinking about leaving their names. And they've created a lifelong legacy. That's it. You can never take away their books. The books are going to be here. And trust me, we have serial authors right in here. We have serial authors right in here. And I just want to commend them again. And some of you, maybe you share your experiences of the places that you've been to with your book. You know, being an author, what does it mean? It opened doors, and you've been to some doors have been open for you. You've been to some places. That could be something that you like to share as well. So before I hand over to our host, I want to just go online and celebrate the moms and let the kids get the praises and all the kind words that are coming in. So we have sister, okay, online. Thank you for the love. We see you. We have Molatelo. This is the mom of our first GloBUNTU award-winning author, and she too is a GloBUNTU co-author. We just released her. We just celebrated her yesterday with our serial book. See you. Abigail is joining. All the beautiful flyers that you're seeing, they're done by Abigail. She's just such a gem. She spends life at night up just to do all these flyers so we can launch the books. Abigail, I see you, and I really, really thank you and celebrate you. So who is here? Do we have here? Stembile, she's not giving us a break. That's a proud mom right out there. 3 GloBUNTU award-winning authors, and her husband is a GloBUNTU published author. She is a published author. We're talking about family right here, right? That's what we do at GloBUNTU Books. We take the whole family. So Molatelo is here. Powerful Chimangi, you see they share the kids across. This is what we're talking about. I just love it. So Samantha, oh, our co-curator all the way from Michigan. Samantha, we see you. Thank you, sister, for being here. We launched our series yesterday, and you're here to join to celebrate the kids. Thank you so much. So who do we have? Stambile, yes, our kids are deep. That you already know. And Samantha, oh yes. Molatelo again. Wow, everyone's story. Valentine's Day is right in here, girls. Valentine's Day is here, and you have your sisters and your aunties and your uncles from across the world all here to celebrate you because you are our proud Valentine. Some of them are backstage. Ilikia, over to you.
Yes, someone asked what the books are about. Some of them already shared that. We can get back to that. I still wanted to know why it is for the others, why it is important for a child to write a book. So if somebody else wants to share, maybe Nana, you wanted to speak earlier. So do you want to share again? Why is it important? And what would you tell your friend if you want to encourage them to write a book? You can unmute yourself.
Sorry. Hi.
Hello.
They were having troubles writing a book. I would say that you should just go for it because it's worth it, and you wouldn't exactly know how much power your little hands could hold until you try. So just pick up a random page and start writing a story. Everyone can do that. And then sooner or later, it'll be published into an amazing book like mine. And you'll get awards for it.
I really love it. I really love it. Someone else wants to share? Or you want us to move on? Don't hesitate. Lift up your hand or if you want to share. So if nobody has to share, let's go to what has changed in your life. You said you won an award. You all won an award. What has changed literally in your life since you wrote the book, since it has been published? Tell me. Pai.
What I would say has changed in my world is that I am very proud of myself because of this book, My Happy Life, this book that I wrote myself. I was able to buy the phone that I'm using. That means I am at least independent on something in my childhood. And what also changed for me is in school I was actually a kid that was unknown. I was nobody. Now I've gained a little clout. Actually, I've gained a lot, even though I don't like that much attention because I'm quite an introvert. But if you come and talk to me, I'll actually consider you as a friend and as a kind and loving person.
Okay, if I understand, you're breaking up a little. If I understand, so you gain money and you were able to become or to buy what you wanted, so to have a kind of a financial independence at your age, which is nice. You bought your phone, great. And then you had more attention at school or everywhere.
I had more attention at school and around people that recognize my face on the
Okay.
book.
Okay, so I understand that this attention make you a little uncomfortable, but at the same time, it was a good attention, or how was it? Was it like people were nicer to you?
Yeah, people were a lot nicer and more people talked to me than before I had the book.
What does it tell you that wants to be nice to you, talk to you? What does it tell you? Okay, you
Can you please repeat that again?
you're breaking up. I
Elika,
can't hear
Mpai
you.
is breaking. Let me add something about Mpai. Mpai, we had a book launch at Mpai School. The principal, and when we get kids to ride, we rally the whole community around them, from their families to the school community. So we get to speak to principals to get principals to be part of the process. And Pies was the first book that we launched at school. And believe you me, there were 700 learners. I have pictures. 700 pairs of eyes times two sitting in the hall. All the teachers were rallied. The principal was on stage. Mpai's family was around her, and they all launched the book. And after that, you could have seen the student, the learners going after Mpai and saying, "Can I have an autograph on my hand?" You know, she had to get a pen and write. She was the shining star in the school. And I think this is one of the things that we really want, to. It's not about just writing and publishing a book. It's about creating a community, a supporting community around a Black child so that she gets seen. Mpai is saying that she gets seen at school. First, you're not seen, no one notices you, and then you become an author. And because this community is built around you, you become noticed. And of course, it comes with certain things that everyone wants to get something from you. Everyone wants to talk to you. But I think just being seen, being affirmed is what the intention of this program is all about. Over to you.
Yes, what I also hear from what you're saying, Pai, is that people, you are inspiring people. People don't want just to know you because you're a celebrity. People want to know you because you have an impact on them. What you wrote mattered to them. What you wrote resonated inside of them. That's why they want to know you. So people are rooting for you, people are happy for you, and that's just amazing. And I'm sure that this is what is going on in every other single author here on this platform. So people.
Just let me finish one thing, Eliki, and then I'll pass over to you, to Mpai. When we did the kids' book launches, the principals were the speakers online. Can you imagine a principal who runs a school of over 700 learners coming on social media to launch the book of one learner, to launch the book? And if I call the principal of Mpai and Sepang today, he answers immediately. So we have built a relationship through the fact that we have graduated a young author together. And this is his pride. He said Mpai is the first author that he has seen through his book, and that school is through the school, and that school is 100 years old. Well, it was 2 years ago, and Pai is the first author from that school. So these are some of the records that these kids are carrying. I just wanted to add that.
I'm humbled. That's really okay. What about what has changed in your life, Ali, Nana, Zepang? What has changed in your life since you wrote the book? What did you take out of that experience?
Nope.
Chimagadzo, I see you. I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you. I wanted Nana and Ali to share what the experience has brought them? What did they gain from that experience? What has changed in their lives? You are muted. You're still on mute. Okay, good.
Hi.
Hey.
I have learned the power of patience and that I am capable than much more than I thought I was. And yeah, and everyone else is amazing, just like me.
I would like to add something to Nana. Nana is being very humble. Nana has been on TV. She's been on TV so many times. Nana, how many times have you been on SABC Espresso? Tell us about that.
I believe I have been.
Nana, you're on mute again.
Sorry. I have been on Espresso about 6 to 7 times.
Okay. And somebody wanted to know we're going around the table. Somebody wanted to know what your stories were about. So can you tell us very quickly what the story of Nana's Kitchen Adventures is about? It's many stories.
Well, there are multiple stories. I will simply name them all because there's quite a lot. There's not that many, so I'll just name all of them. To start off, there is the first story, Chocolate Adventures or Am I Dreaming, which, brief summary, is basically about a girl who was craving chocolate pudding and then decided to make it. And she ended up failing, but in the end of the day, she found out that it was a dream. And then is Kitchen Adventures in the garage, finding hidden adventures, and that's about how I found stuff in the garage. There is a bunch of stories in this book, and this will go on forever if I name them all. So I'm only gonna name those two.
Elika, one thing more to add to Nana. Nana's book was prefaced by Nana. Who prefaced your book? Let us hear that.
Ngugi, the one and only Ngugi wa Thiong'o. If you can see that right there. But
so Nana's book is prefaced by Ngugi wa Thiong'o. Nana met him when she was still a baby, like 5 years old. And then she comes back at 10 from Ngugi wa Thiong'o to author to preface her book. So these are the journeys of these kids.
Yeah, Chimangadzo wants to speak. Go ahead.
Ever since I wrote the book, I was able to get this honorary author award. And then also, I was able to go onto a live about Women's Day where there was Dlamini Zuma there.
Okay. That's amazing. Tepan?
What changed in my life about my book is that a lot of my teachers were very proud of me. Two of my teachers even bought my books. My principal is very proud of me. I also won an award. Yeah.
Very good. So who wants to continue this adventure? I understand that Cheho, definitely she has several manuscripts in her drawers on her desk that she's pursuing. Who else is continuing this adventure of writing? Are you all becoming serial writers?
Eliki, I'd like to know what has changed in Cheho's life. She's very quiet today. I want to know what has changed, what has happened ever since she became the first GloBUNTU award-winning young author.
Okay. A lot has changed. I said the award, mainly the award. That's one I'm very proud of. Personally, my confidence in myself, as it mentions in the book, there was a few self-esteem issues in there, and those have improved over time. And there's a lot of things that changed. I've met a lot of people, like the women's. I think it was the Women's Day, with the few prime ministers and other met, and then I've been on a few radio stations. That's one, and one I'm personally favorite. But those are the things that have changed among personal emotions about myself.
Do you
Nikia,
think?
I want to know when you guys walk into the school and go into the library and you see your book in there. You know, some of you have been bullied, and then the bullies are walking in and they see your book in the library. The teacher takes your book out of the library, and you know you have to use it in the class. Let me hear what that does. We haven't had that conversation before. Those of you whose books are in school now, Mpai and Chehofato.
Uh, okay. Um, my book personally is not in our school library, but the thought of it, of me knowing, like, yeah, my book is being read at that school.
I feel like
It's like, yeah, that feels good. And the fact that, yeah, these people that try to bring me down, they can't, because I know, someone's reading about my life somewhere out there and is actually finding it interesting, while this person played a role in it. So, like, thank you. It feels good.
Do you in your book? Let me dwell a little on your book, Cheryl. In your book, you talk about bullying. Do you give others tools about how to go through bullying?
Yes, it is how I successfully dealt with it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there is a tool, mainly just going straight forward and confronting it, but there are some tools in there, subliminal tools on how you could get through that.
So, parents, for your kids who are being bullied, you know what you have to do. Just go and purchase Cherofatso's book on going through pain and bullying. You mentioned Pai about what changed in her. Was it Pai or Tepang? You mentioned someone, Anqueta, about what has changed in their lives as their books are being in the libraries of the school. So,
No, no, no. I was just saying that the two of them who are here, others'
okay,
books have been approved because they are the first two. Their books are already in school, and others.
okay.
Tepang's book should be in school during the school year. It's on the way, but Cherofato and Pai's books are already in schools and in the libraries. And Pai, have you seen your book in your school library?
I have seen my book in the library next to our school, also in the media center where we can research about projects and people of the history and stuff, and also where we can find books to read. So
And
I was looking through when I was looking through a book that I could read, I actually bumped into mine, and I was very happy. And I went to my friends and told them that, oh, my book is already in our school.
so, tell me, what kind of responsibility comes with writing a book? How do you feel? Because there is so much attention focused on you, so much people looking up to you. What kind of responsibility do you think you have, or do you have any? And how do you still stay a kid because you're so young? So, what kind of responsibility? What do you tell yourself, and how do you manage to keep on being a kid?
Personally,
Yeah.
okay. Personally, I think, okay, the airplane. Okay. Personally, I think one one thing I had to keep telling myself is that although this changes a lot of things in my life and what and how I am, and the things I experience and everything. Just had to tell myself that you are still Jehovah. You are still 15. You still live in the exact same house, and don't let any of the things that's happening cloud who you actually are. You still a kid. Let's we start there. You still a child. You still go to school. Don't let any of that change. Don't let any of anything that the success and everything or the opportunities change and cloud how you treat others and how you behave just in general. That's one thing I've been telling myself, is to keep myself from going off and be like, yeah, no, I'm too awesome to do this, you see. Yeah.
You keep being grounded. That's great. Bye.
And Nikia, let's go online and get some of the comments from
Okay, let's
online
go.
so we don't miss
Okay.
them. Again, please use the comment box if you're joining us on Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn. We are here celebrating Black History Month, and today we are spotlighting 6 of 14 GloBUNTU award-winning young authors. They are all in the studio. They join us from Johannesburg, from Cape Town, and we have our host joining us from Canada. We are a very global family, and I see on social media it goes global as well. This is what it means to be GloBUNTU Books, right? So someone talked about the books, and I just want to be an aid here for the kids. They are kind of humble today. So our kids' books, they range like one mother just wrote, from kitchen adventures to homeschooling to Ali's book. It says it's actually about financial literacy. Financial literacy for young people who leave the village. You get into town, you get your first job, or you graduate, you get a first job, you get overwhelmed, you get your first salary, and you indulge in overwhelming expenditures, and then the next morning you're broke and everything is gone. This is a 12, 13 years old girl teaching us financial literacy. It's so powerful. And I think everyone is asking, people used to say homeschooling, what is it? Now we know from a young girl, at a time when everyone is homeschooling, whether we like it or not, Chimangi is taking us through the journey of homeschooling in her family and showing us her sisters who are going through that system and how they are excelling. And she's comparing it with herself, who is going to the classical school, the conventional school, and giving us the benefits that she gets from having two sisters who are being homeschooled. This is how powerful that goes. Now we have Mpai. Many people think like, a Black child looks should be negative, should look armed, should look poor, should look like miserable. Mpai is writing about her happy life. This little girl walks in and says, Auntie Beatrice, I'm writing a book. What is the title? My Happy Life. And she sticks to it right to the end. And when you read through the book, she tells you how she wakes up. She tells you about her three sisters. She has four. She is the third of four siblings, and how she helps in house chores and all of that. Then we have Tepang, who comes and say, hey, I'm taking you all out of South Africa to the DRC. I get you to discover the DRC and the continent through my eyes. This is how deep it goes. She's never been there, but she is daring. She dares to take us on that journey. And then we have Chekofato, who goes that journey that is very painful. We all know at one point in our life about bullying. We know about being, the loss of someone, the pandemic has given us that experience of the loss of someone, and it's always around us. And she shows us how you can successfully get over that yourself. You can help yourself to get over it. That's how it is. And then we have, who is here? Nana. Nana takes us through all kinds of adventures in the kitchen with all kinds of creative recipes that you can enjoy, that you can try at home. She tells you how she faced and how she refines it. She tells you how she challenges her mom's principles in the kitchen, but at the end of the day, tries to spin around and get her mom to appreciate what she does, her mom and her dad. She spins everyone around and create a lot of things in the kitchen. This is so exciting. These are some of the books of the kids that we're talking about today. Did I leave out anyone? Mpai, Chekofatso, Ali, Nana, and did I leave out someone? These are some of the stories that we're reading, and those are just 6 out of 14 of these incredible kids. And this one is just the first of this book launches. We're still going to have another session. And Elikia, we're going to bring the parents. I'm speaking German. Woo! We're going to bring the parents on board as well, because they will share the experience of what it means, what this does with them when they have their kids becoming authors at such a tender age. So that said, I want to go quickly again and get the international comments. This is Abigail from Nigeria. Abigail, we see you. Keep those flyers coming. We need them, and you're doing incredible. You're just so great. Now we have Bukeka. Bukeka, yes, we're waiting for your kids. All the kids come, all of you. We want every Black kid to write a book. I always say every Black child can and should write a book, because it comes with so much. Samantha, I see you, sister. You already written with your daughter. This Letters to series, you came in with your daughter, and I'm so happy. Mulatelo, yes, your daughter is here. You've written with her as well. You are co-author. Thank you. The community is here. I'm so excited for these people. Look at this. So I'm just going to put all of those up. You see, it's coming from Michigan. It's coming from Johannesburg, coming from Vienna, coming from Pretoria, coming from Cape Town. This is okay. So Mulatelo, yes, it's heartwarming. This is what we want for our kids. So Elikia, before my excitement carries me away, I'm handing over to you. We're almost coming to the end of the book launch.
We're coming to the end of the book. I wanted to, just one person maybe to share, what should a child expect when going to, with GloBUNTU, to be, to have this experience? What should that child expect? Can someone tell me? If you want to encourage more. Yes, go ahead, Cheho.
I think when you join the GloBUNTU Academy, it's very welcoming. It's very welcoming. It's our big family. Almost everyone here is related. Almost everyone is literal biological family. But you are in a space where you are welcome to share your hardships. You are in a space where you feel safe, and it's a very fun like environment to be around. You get to do nice things with other people. You find people your age, you find people who are not, you find people younger, older, but it's a great place to be in, and very healthy. It's a very healthy environment.
Okay, thank you so much. We have 1 minute left. I want to have my co-host Anquera to give the final word. What I want to say personally is that I've learned a lot. If I could pick a coach from you guys, I would. So let me know, and I promise you I will write also. I'll just be like you because you inspire me. So I give it to Anqueta, Beatrice. So go ahead and give us the final word.
So one moment, I have to get this thing off the screen. Before I get to that, remove it from the screen. It's not yet time. So Elikia, thank you so much. Our young authors, what I want to do is please grab your award, grab your book, come to the screen. Let's do a picture, because this is a historical moment. I want that when we turn 2030, when you become all serial authors, I want us to look at this picture and say this was our first Black History Month celebration, our first Valentine's celebration. So bring your books and let's do a beautiful screenshot. Make sure that you're here. This is history in the making. And give me your beautiful smiles. Look at the certificates and my trailblazers. I love all of you. Again, I couldn't ask for a better Valentine than you guys. So I just want to acknowledge all of you. You are a true source of inspiration. You have taught me a whole lot. You know, I appreciate you for trusting me, and the parents who entrust their children into me, into my hands, and seeing the work that is being done, the space that we have covered in a very short time. We started this class in April 2019, and Chekofatso pushed me into this. It took one visit from her into my small studio to push me into this program. I was looking at women, and look at what is. We now have 14 young authors, and most of them are award winners and books being read in schools. So I celebrate the parents. Thank you so much. The principals that join us, the community that is growing around the kids, and all the moms that are online. Ilikia, you came all the way from Canada to join the family. You're already a member of the family a long time ago. You're just here officially this time. So thank you so much for talking to the kids. And I want to remind parents that our children are going through a whole lot this time. And you see, this panel is just a girls' panel. It's a girls' panel, and girls are going through a lot of stuff as they grow up. I get some of this in the holiday classes, in the master classes. So the pandemic has just added to some of the things that they go through. And I want to introduce this master class, this retreat that is coming up next. It's happening in South Africa, but we want to offer it virtually, where we get our girls in a safe space to help them declutter, talk about life, talk about COVID, talk about bullying, molestation, because it does happen, and all some of those things that are very typical for our girls growing up. I know this conversation is not sometimes very comfortable for parents to do. Some mothers are too busy juggling to meet ends with kids' material needs and emotion, and sometimes school needs and all of this, and we forget to do this conversation. So I'm here to do the conversation for you. I have 2 grown-up kids. I know what it takes, and from what I've learned from these young authors, there's so much that we need to cover. And we also have writers classes for young kids. Again, I believe that every Black kid can and should write a book. The evidence is right here in front of you. So if you are out there, you have a niece, you have a goddaughter, a godson, we get boys as well. The next round is going to be a round with powerful boys who have written books as well. So the GloBUNTU Masterclass for young writers is always open. The pandemic is hopefully getting away, so we can finally have our camps, our retreats, where we get kids live to a space where we can just be, get affirmation, declutter, empowering, uplifting spaces, dream about the future, do vision boards, do journaling, dance. We have a lot of fun during our classes. So all of this, we hope that we can carry it on, and we're inviting you parents. In as much as I would love to do this, and my team, we need you on board. We need parents to trust us with the kids. And all of these kids that you see, they are facilitators. They will help your children. It's not just us adults talking. So that I could speak for the rest of the day, but again, this is not about me. So I just want to invite everyone, use the inbox and get the kids to go through this experience. It is life transforming forever. These children, when they get into a space, they're no longer kids. They are being received as award-winning young authors. That's a complete change of paradigm. It's a complete change of how the world receives them. So I hope that the message hits home. It takes a little bit of investment, but trust me, this investment is worthwhile. And I am inviting all the parents of these young kids, those who trusted me with their children, they will be in for another panel where they'll share their own journey. What does it mean? So I hope my network is back for us to round this up. I still see comments on social media. So I have one more wish before we go, if I may. Our GloBUNTU Books Facebook page is close to 1,000 members. Please go to our Facebook page. We are soon turning 1 year. GloBUNTU Books is soon celebrating an anniversary. Please follow our page and share so that we get more people in there. And book launches in celebration of Black History Month are still continuing, so watch out on our Facebook pages, our social media pages. And before I close, I want to acknowledge Abigail for coming in very quickly and doing the flyers for me. And then Sandra is in Kenya. She's doing an amazing job on social media. I want to thank her as well, and all the mothers. And of course, our young authors, you're all my Valentines. The chocolate will come, that I promise. So session done. Elikia, over to you. And let's get this closed up.
Thank you so much again. Thank you for this privilege you gave us to listen to your stories, to listen to your take on writing a book, and inspiring youth as well as adults. Thank you very much. all the best in your future endeavors, and I wish to welcoming the other authors soon, and I hope that you as well will join the conversation. Thank you, Beatrice, for inviting me in this space. You're doing a tremendous job with Globuntu, and definitely, those kids inspired me today. I will write my book. So that's it for today. Happy Black History Month. Happy Valentine. Have fun.